with the whispers of truth, to live a conscious life, to live a conscious life on the growing edge.
Hi, I'm Ali Benjamin, and welcome to Wired to Thrive here at our second class, our second session, Wired to Thrive, and part 2, Forgiveness, Release, and Surrender. I'm Ali Benjamin, and I'm the director here at Growing Edge and the Satya Center, and we are so happy to have you. We're just thrilled to be offering this material at this particular time. Blessings to all of you. I know this time has been so challenging, what with the pandemic and now all of the racial tension and the sadness and all the terrible and unfortunate events that have taken place. Blessings on all of us. I'd like to start this session with a little grounding. So if you will, join me in closing your outer eyes, turning within, and taking a breath. And feeling fully supported by the chair or the surface that you're on, knowing that there's nowhere to be other than here now, that there's nothing else to do, that you are taking care of yourself. If you have found this video, this recording, then maybe you are experiencing some loss and trauma, sadness. Just honor yourself for being here and taking some time for self-care, for self-love, and for healing. That is why we are here today. Take a breath. Exhale and relax. And trust and know that whatever is seeking to be revealed is done so with crystal clarity. And whatever is seeking to be released and let go of is done so with deep gratitude. And whatever is seeking to be realized, actualized, integrated, implemented into your life and into your world, into your body, into your mind is done so with a sense of ease and grace. I just give thanks for a moment to life, to the universe, to spirit, for all of our blessings. We have so much to be grateful for. And bringing your awareness back into this time and space, and taking another deep cleansing breath, and simply be here now. So welcome. So glad that you're here. So glad that you're here. If you're here, you've probably been experiencing grief. I know that I have. There's a lot of change that's occurred over the last few months. It's now June 2020, June the 2nd, and we've been sheltering in place for the past 3 months almost. And I'm also someone that has experienced deep grief. 2 years ago in July, my son took his life, and that was the most devastatingly difficult and sad experience for me and my family. We're still dealing with grief, all of us, all the time. It doesn't go away. That's how grief is. It changes, but it's there. It comes and it goes in waves of grief. And the 5 stages of grief are a real good way of helping to frame it so that we can mentally understand it a little bit, give it a bit of form, and understanding the states of grief can be very, very healing And so the first stage is denial. And this might feel like shock. Even after 2 years, I still have feelings of, I can't believe it. I can't believe Adam is gone. Now, in one sense, I completely know that he's gone. But the shock of it, it's like a wave. It comes over me and I am left breathless, just unable to comprehend that my son is gone and how that affects his daughter, his siblings, us, his parents, and all of his friends. That we all experience this sense of a gap or a hole or something's missing in our lives. And so we can be in denial, in shock, in disbelief because of something so traumatic, whether it's the loss of a child or a spouse, a family friend, or someone that we know in the media. We can find someone's sudden death extremely shocking, and this can affect every aspect of our lives. We can have some really confused thinking. I know for several months, I couldn't quite connect my brain with my mouth. I would think things, but I couldn't say them clearly. There was something going on inside of me. It felt like I was all miswired. And so it's through this course that I hope to shed some light on maybe some of the experiences and feelings and emotions that you're having, so that you can rewire, that you can connect with your heart, that you can open up and allow grief to become a powerful ally on your healing path. Many of us can experience anger, and with anger comes fear and guilt and shame and blame, and a lot more, rage. And so this is where I want to start today, is looking at these 4 things: fear, guilt, shame, and blame. They correspond with the chakra system. And for those of you that would like to have more awareness, more understanding on the chakra system, go ahead and look up that online, Chakra, chakra. It's the Hindu system. It's a system of, it's like a map that allows us to better understand how we're wired, how our energy flows inside our bodies. And so the chakras are associated with different areas of the body and different emotions and feelings. And so the first chakra, the root chakra, is associated with fear. And so if we're experiencing a lot of fear, what we're going for is a sense of peace. And so having a balanced root chakra will bring us to a deeper sense of peace. The second chakra is the Sacral chakra, and that is associated with joy and creativity. And then the shadow of that is guilt. Guilt isn't about some feelings we have about who we are. Guilt is about what we've done. We may have guilt about what we've not done or what we've done. And so you can see that guilt could be woven into our guilt. Our grief. And so balancing this second chakra can give us a great sense of contentment. The third chakra, the solar plexus, is when we're in our most awakened state, most alive state, we experience a sense of personal strength and power and confidence. The shadow of that is this sense of shame. And whilst guilt is about having guilt about what we may have done or not done, shame is about who we are. And then moving up to the heart chakra, this is where we experience love and compassion. And then the shadow of this is blame. We often blame ourselves or we blame others. And so you can see that these four things, guilt, fear, guilt, shame, and blame, are really interwoven into grief. And so we're going to do an exercise in just a little bit to explore further these four aspects of grief and to do some release and surrender and letting go around these things that really hold us back from getting to a place of peace. So ultimately, I have found that forgiveness is a tool, it's a state of being, it's almost like a river of blessings. And when we enter into forgiveness, we then have a greater awareness of the light that we carry, of the light within us that we're here to give. That fear and guilt and shame and blame sort of muddy, or they put a covering over our light. And so forgiveness is a wonderful opportunity for us to connect ourselves with what our hearts already know. Our hearts already know that our loved one is gone, that we have fond and loving memories of everything that is sacred in our heart, our memories, that our relationship with our loved ones is still occurring because there is no time and space. There is no then and when. There's only now. And in the now moment, when we are present in the now moment, available for a new relationship with our loved one, as now they're in their freedom form. They've moved on from this earthly plane, and many of our loved ones may have been experiencing physical suffering, mental and emotional suffering. And so in that way, they're free of that. And as we start to explore and deepen our relationship with our loved one and our love and our memories and all that is good that is in our lives because of having our experience with them, we can then move beyond the anger that we may have felt, the confusion, the uncertainty. And whilst those things might visit us once in a while, as we truly forgive ourselves and them and others and God, we then set ourselves free. So, would you like to do a little forgiveness exercise? It's a silly question, really, for me to ask because you're not here to answer. But I'm imagining you saying yes. So I've come across a technique for problem solving, a Hawaiian tradition. I call it a blessing, really, than something to solve problems. But that's how many people talk about it. Ho'oponopono. It's a practice, it's a prayer that allows us to move beyond our unforgiveness. Because really, unforgiveness is wishing the past had been different than it is. And the past is the past. What happened, happened. So take a breath and just know that. And as we together here witness each other's grief, we can only imagine who's watching and who's here to hold our sensitivity, our pain, our struggles, our suffering. Let's just imagine that there's a whole group of us here, a circle of us, honoring each other's grief, honoring our feelings, knowing that on one level, all of us wish the past was different. But then on a spiritual level, we know that the past was the past and it's over. And what we have is now. And what we have is ourselves. And what we have is our ability to move forward as love's presence. And forgiveness, doing the Ho'oponopono blessing, is a way that we can move beyond keeping that all of those thoughts in the head of fear, of guilt, shame, blame, anger, and coming to a place of peace, a place of acceptance. Doesn't mean we agree with what happened. Doesn't mean we're not going to cry. Doesn't mean that grief isn't going to be our neighbor and companion some of the time. But forgiveness can ease the mental pain, the emotional pain, the psychic pain. So Ho'oponopono means, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So as you say these 4 phrases, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. What that does on an energetic level is it cleans out our subconscious mind. It cleans out anything within us that is not loving, that is holding on to resentments, is not forgiving, that is not thankful. And so it's when we say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, we're not saying it to someone out there. We're saying it inside. We're saying it to that part of us that is sad, that can't fathom life without our loved one, that is stuck in resentment or blame, shame, guilt, fear, bitterness. And so the more we do this, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, we start to find that it's almost like a magical formula. It eases on a sort of subatomic level, on a level we can't see, on a level of ether. It starts to untangle our ego from holding on to these mindsets and moving us into that higher space of our real self, our true self. And the main purpose of Ho'oponopono is to help us discover the divinity within ourselves. It's a profound gift which allows us to develop a working relationship with divinity. Divinity within us, not some deity outside of ourselves, but the God within us. And as we start to come into alignment with the ever-loving presence that is who and what we really are, we learn to ask in each moment that the errors in our thoughts, our words, our deeds, and our actions be cleansed. The process is essentially about freedom, complete freedom from the past, and deep peace within yourself. So we start to clear out all of those erroneous thoughts. Those thoughts like, if only that hadn't happened, if only I had done that, what if, all of those what ifs and if onlys, those start to lessen. That voice inside us starts to become quieter. We start to forgive our deeds and our actions because we did the very best that we could at the time with what we knew. And we begin to feel more freedom. And then joy comes back into our life. Little by little, we might find more joy in listening to the birds chirp, going for a walk, cleaning the house, going to work, being with friends. Things that seemed not so enjoyable become more enjoyable through the process of Ho'oponopono, forgiveness. So let's do a little exercise together. Please close your eyes and take a breath. And take a deep breath in. And I want you to breathe in, I love you. And imagine love moving through your nose, your throat, and down your airway into your lungs. And breathe it out. And breathe it in. Imagine love moving through your body. through your heart, and then give it a full exhale. And on the exhale, visualize love moving up and through your body and out into the world in waves of love and light. And so take a few deep I love you breaths, breathing in love, exhaling love, breathing in love, exhaling love, allowing love to heal, love to reveal, only love. Love for this precious life, love for the memories of our loved ones, love for ourselves and our sweet and sometimes not so sweet journey, all of the ups and downs. Just breathe love into all of it. And activate love in your body, in your mind now. Deep breath in, I'm sorry. Breathe it all the way in, I'm sorry. Feel it in your heart. And exhale, I'm sorry. Deep breathe in, please forgive me. Exhale, please forgive me. Deep breath in, thank you. Full exhale, gratitude for all life. Let's do each one of those again. Inhale, I love you. Feel love moving in your body, deep sense of gratitude and appreciation. Exhale, love. Inhale, I'm sorry. Full exhale. Full inhale, please forgive me. Exhale. Full inhale, thank you. Exhale. And allow a deep sense of peace, a sense of presence, sense that all is well, right here and now. That your relationship with yourself is deepening, that you're exploring your emotions, you're allowing them to come up to the light, to be forgiven, to be looked at, to be explored, to be healed. As you fall in love with yourself, your life, knowing that each and every one of us is here to bring light, to bring our lightest, most loving self into the world to help heal humanity. And we do this one breath at a time, one thought at a time. And so simply, if you'd like, you could turn off this recording and spend some time in a deep sense of peace, well-being, equanimity, appreciation, thanksgiving, release and surrender. Take a deep breath, open the eyes, and be here now. So well done. You did your first forgiveness ho'opono on your grief. And I trust that you'll do this. This is your homework. So spend some time each day, every morning, light a candle or sit in front of your altar or a special place or sit outside and look at the beauty around you and spend some time saying these 4 powerful phrases. I love you. Please forgive me. I'm sorry. Thank you. And you can say them in any order. And it's just cleaning out your mind, cleaning out the past, cleaning it all out, knowing that you're here to be the presence of love and to carry your light and to share your light. I know that's what your loved one would want. All your loved ones want that. Maybe not, they may not say that to you, but on a soul level, we all want the very best for one another, and we all want each other to share and shine our lights. And so this brings us to a deeper place of acceptance, a peacefulness, a calmness, a sense of presence and hope for our future. And expansion. Next week, we're going to be exploring expansion. We're going to be doing some visioning and exploring what our soul's purpose is so that we can have greater spiritual alignment. I'm going to talk about the rest of the chakra system, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. And so we can have a deeper, more realized, actualized experience of unconditional peace, unconditional joy, and unconditional freedom. So thank you so much for joining us, me and the birds. And next week, we're going to be, the title is Rewire and Thrive. And so lots of love and peace and blessings. Ho'oponopono on you and your loved ones. And if you have found this to be valuable and would like to contribute or donate to our nonprofit, you can Venmo us at Satya Center, SATYA CENTER, Satya Center, or go to our website, growingedgelive.com, and you can make a donation there. Thank you so much. If I can help in any way, please email me here at Growing Edge Live with any questions and any prayer requests. If you have anything that you're working on that you would like a partner in consciousness with, I would love to be that for you. Peace and blessings and lots of love. Namaste.